Hello and Assalamualaikum. We are from Good Free and the team members are Ahmad Sharil Hanafi, Aini Nabila, Siti Sarah and Wan Hazika Afifa from BA2505C. So today we are going to present the answer for the question 1, where the question is, in chapter 2 we found that taxes reduce economic efficiency. Yet in chapter 3 we found that corrective taxes increase economic efficiency. Draw diagrams to explain both situations. So let's move to the next slide to see the answer. As we all know, tax causes the amount of good or service that is traded to be influenced by tax paid per unit, not only marginal social benefit or marginal social cost. The tax distorts market participants' decision. By reducing the net income from working, taxes affect decision to work. Thus, there are much things to be considered despite the extra amount from working for extra time, but also the extra taxes that a worker must pay after that. Now let's move into the diagram on the right side of the screen, where you all can see the demand curve represents the marginal social benefit of number of message units. Meanwhile, the points on the supply curve reflect the marginal social cost of the service. The diagram shows the equilibrium output in the market is shown at point E. It is 4 billion message units per month, and the equilibrium price is 5 cents per message unit. Thus, the market output is efficient because it is determined by the intersection point of marginal social cost of long-distance telephone service and its marginal social benefit. The government is supposed to levy a 2 cent per message unit tax on sellers of long-distance services. Sellers must consider the fact that each time they supply a message unit, they must not only cover the marginal social cost of that unit but also the 2 cent tax. Therefore, the supply curve after tax has become MPC plus T. The price required by producer to expand service by 1 unit must equal to the sum of the marginal private cost of the service and the tax per unit of service T. The effect of the tax is decreasing the supply of the service. As you all can see in the diagram, the pink highlighted is the new supply, which is MPC plus T. And from the new supply, it created a new equilibrium point, E. To conclude, tax induced will decrease in supply and the point of equilibrium now corresponds to the new E. At point new E, the price of telephone services has increased to 6 cents per message unit and the equilibrium output has fallen to 3 billion units per month. As a conclusion, at an output level of 3 billion message units per month, the marginal social benefit of the service is 6 cents per message unit, and the marginal social cost of the output is only 4 cents. The results of the change in behavior caused by the tax, the marginal social benefit of telephone service now exceeds its marginal social cost. The loss in net benefits from telephone service is equal to the shaded area, mu E, EB.
Okay, thank you Sarah for the explanation about tax that reduce economic efficiency in the chapter 2. Now, I'm Ahmad Sharil Hanafi will explain about corrective tax that increase economic efficiency that we learn in chapter 3. Corrective tax in chapter 3 is a method of internalizing negative externality. It adjusts the marginal private cost MPC of a good or services to internalize the externality. It must equal to the marginal external cost MEC per unit of output. It internalizes negative externality by charging producers a fee equal to the MEC per unit of output sold. So, this is the graph that we need to draw in order to explain the corrective tax. As we can see, the x-axis represent tons of paper per year in millions and y-axis is price, benefit and cost in dollars. There is supply curve which equal to MPC and there is demand curve which equal to MSB, as well as there is the new supply curve which equal to MPC plus tax, which means which equal to MSC. Okay, the explanation is from the graph. It shows that MPC represent supply curve and MSP represent demand curve. Initially, the equilibrium is achieved at point A when supply is equal to demand. Assume a corrective tax is imposed on producer of paper. The marginal external cost (MEC) per unit of output is assumed to be MEC equal to $10, which means it is the corrective tax T. Initially, the annual cost of pollution from paper produce is $50 million. After corrective tax imposed, supply curve will shift to the left from S to S apostrophe. S apostrophe represent marginal social cost MSC equal to MPC plus MEC. After the tax imposed, the market equilibrium shift to B. The market price of paper increased to $105 per ton, and the equilibrium quantity of paper consumed declined from 5 million tons to 4.5 million tons per year. So, the new cost of pollution from paper produce is equal to $45 million. The new cost of pollution from paper produce represent by area FBJH in the graph. The gain in efficiency resulting from the corrective tax is represented by triangular area BGA. To internalize the externality using corrective tax will result in some groups receiving benefit at the expenses of the other group bearing the cost. So that's all from us. Thank you.